It's
Haven't
because
heard
we
that in a while.
care. We're late. I'm
Yeah,
joined by T, no power T, sporting his best Taper's Choice LA Lakers jersey. And we have Mr. Andy Michels, the star of Jemp Radio, the man with
no,
the
wait a
best
minute.
hair
Hold
in
on,
all of
hold on.
radio.
We can't. I'm not the star of Jemp Radio. Everybody on Jemp Radio is a star. My star is just a little bit brighter.
That's what I was gonna say. You just burn a little brighter than the rest of them. So
No, we're all it's whatever. Anyway, before I get myself in trouble. All right.
Good to see you, Andy.
Exactly. So, I don't know what you guys got going on this week, but apparently Friday night, I'm trying to get up to DC to see Lamp. Have either of you checked out any of Lamp?
I personally have not checked out, other than the lamps in my home. That's about as far as I've gone.
At least you have working lamps right now. I don't even have that. I am
Touché.
in the dark, right? Like I've got my trusty camping lantern here in front of me, so I'm not pitch black while we're trying to do this without power.
It's actually really good lighting. You look great right now.
Well, yeah, I know, right? I need to carry this thing around more. It's
Yeah.
good. You know, it's better than studio lighting.
Yeah.
I have not seen them, but I like them. Yes, so I hope you get to go, Kev. That would be sweet.
Yeah, where is it?
At Atlantis, where I saw God Street Wine a few weeks ago. I saw Lamp there before. It's part of the 930 Club, and it actually replicates the original 930 Club, which was at 930 K Street, not on V Street, which is where the current one is.
Oh, nice.
It was the address. It was 930 K Street was where the club was. Like the 8x10 is number 8 and number 10 on Cross Street. That's why it's the 8x10.
Nice. I always thought it had to do with like the size. Like it was
it was because it was 2 townhouses that they tore down the walls in the middle of to make it a
That's awesome. Oh my god, I love stories like that.
Will you be doing a live broadcast from there? A live review post show? The after show?
No, God no.
No, God no.
God no. You should though.
I'm going to be enjoying myself. I'll probably have one too many cocktails and be
Guess what, guys? Good news. My power just came on, so I'm going to go in the other room on my computer.
Oh wow! Just in time to get that graphic for the set.
Are you going to be able to? Are you going to disappear and switch over?
I'm going to I think I'm going to come in on the other one and then just turn this one off. So just give me a second.
I think we should have 2 T's, both of you. Okay, all right, there it goes.
All right, exactly. Double T.
Yeah.
You're going to have 2 T's in a minute here.
Okay.
You can have a profile shot and then a side shot.
We talked to you a year ago, Andy.
Isn't that crazy? The last time I've been on this prestigious channel was nearly a full year ago. You've
You're 3 days short.
And like I probably said a year ago, the only reason I'm on right now is because you reached the bottom of the barrel, the absolute. We
that
ran
time
out
of year.
Exactly. Yeah, it's that time of the year. We got nobody else to bring on. Let's call old reliable and bring him on.
So what's
you know
up,
why
you guys
that was too, Andy? Because I was in Paris a year ago. That's probably why you were on, because I was not.
That's it. That's it.
Guest hosting. You were filling in for me, and now you're kind of in for Tim. That's so funny.
I know.
You guys were going through big changes last year. How'd that work out? New website, I think you revamped.
Ah, bro, the website's been new for about 2 years now. I think about
2 years.
2 years
Okay.
Jemp Radio, and we're continuing to grow and expand, and when we've got the listener count is still rising. It's amazing. It's not what we ever anticipated. It's certainly not what Race ever anticipated would happen with Jemp Radio when he started that in the privacy of his own home. Basically, Jemp Radio was just for him is what it was supposed to be, just so that we could he could listen to it. And he's a radio guy. He's been in radio since he was like 16 or whatever. And so anyway, we're doing great. We're continuing to make technological upgrades in our studios to bring our listeners the best sound, and we're just.
So how many bands do we have? I know we got Spafford, we got Disco Biscuits, Uber Glue represented.
Mm-hmm. Well, those are all represented in Adolescent Subtle Sounds, the Ass Block on Saturday evenings. you know, and actually this coming Saturday and during Think Tank Dubs is back, and he's got, you know, Disco Biscuit stuff, and it's fantastic. But yeah, throughout the day, we don't just play PHiSH; it's everything else too. We even play Goose, unfortunately.
So how does that work out for you?
What do you mean, like listeners?
When you before, all right, I'm gonna pull the curtain back.
Okay.
Before we came on, I was talking about Captain Beefheart, and you and I have a mutual love of Captain Beefheart.
Absolutely.
You were like, when I play Captain Beefheart, you can see the stock tank.
You can. It's our. I think everybody can agree that PHiSH fans in particular are a very difficult fan base sometimes.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's all love and light, bro.
Yeah, right. And you know, the second something non-PHiSH starts to play on the station, whether it be, you know, Goose or Captain Beefheart, you know, we're gonna go from one extreme to the other.
Now wait, let me ask you something, Andy. If you play something like, I mean, if you played something classic rock, let's say, or something, like, do you get complaints no matter what? Whatever it is, like Led Zeppelin or something. Some people always complain that you're not playing.
No, we
PHiSH.
don't get a lot of complaints about that, but
okay,
it is interesting. We do get complaints about other, you know, jam. So again,
I would assume other jam bands you get bitched at more than you get bitched at for playing like Boston or, you know, something like just some one-offs by the.
We don't get the bitching when that stuff happens. They just tune out, and then what's funny is we'll see them come back. They usually come back, you know, a couple minutes later or something. And so I totally get that. That's the whole, well, if you don't want to hear it, turn the dial.
Right.
You know, so totally get that. I don't expect people to be tuned in, but that's the thing. There are people that are tuned in 24 hours a day and just have us on in the background all day long, you know, and it's costing us a shit ton of money, but we don't care.
If you're one of those people, give us a like.
I like that though. I like that. You know, it's almost like, you know, like, I don't know, like you walk into a store, like a head shop, or like some place that has it on. You know, like that's what's cool. Then it kind of like, just stream it. Like I think that's cool. That's cool.
And we play videos. We play the library that we have, you know, amongst our studios is so vast. And we're always adding to it. It's insane.
How does that work? I mean, if I like came on and I had a show and I was like, I want to play, you know, Little Toy Train or something like
that. So that's on you.
So buy the song.
No, so it's on you to get the music. I don't care how the music is put into the show when you send us the file to put out there. Now I'm playing like actual tracks from a library and stuff because I'm on live. And so is like Race throughout the day. That is he's got like 3 hard drives full of just music. It's insane. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, man, that's good shit. And we have no plans to stop. If anything, I think now is the perfect time to kind of ramp things up. You know,
let me ask you.
Yeah.
How do you continue this? Because it's radio free. I mean, it's commercial free radio, right?
Donations, man.
It's like public access or public TV, you know. They do the.
Here's the thing.
Andy, don't make me pull teeth. How would someone go about donating to Jemp Radio to continue your mission?
JempRadio.com. It's right there. We got a Venmo button. We got a PayPal button. Hell, just buying a shirt, buying merchandise is a way to donate to Jemp. But the donations don't cover everything. I should make that clear. They're much appreciated, absolutely. Right. But Race and I, mostly Race, do put a ton of our own money into it, and so that's kind of, you know, something that we, you know, when we do kind of feel down on the station, sometimes we're just like, why do we fucking even do this? You know, we're spending so much money and time and everything, and then something happens, somebody says something that makes us remember that's why we're doing it.
What if one day somebody came to you and said, I want to syndicate Andy Michels? Now, would Jemp Radio make money off that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, and honestly, who would want? Why would anybody want to syndicate me? I'm not that.
Dude, have you listened to some of the people who are syndicated? Come on.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sorry. No hate to anybody, but I mean.
No, we wouldn't make any money. We don't want to make any money, man. We're not in this for the money. We're in this to play the music and It is a hobby to, you know, I have a full-time job. Like Jump Radio is not my job. It's a hobby, but it's just one that I love dearly.
See, that's where we can relate, though. That's like what this is for us, right? Like,
yeah,
you're not making money off of anything. At least we're trying to get YouTube monetizing and get some stuff going with it and learning it and the algorithm. But for the most part,
become a member.
You're doing it for the love of the game, you know, like it's just fun. And I mean, you know, you want to sit out and talk to people and give your opinions. And I mean, it always amazes me personally that, first of all, anybody watches or listens or cares. And then second of all, that people like actually are like want to meet us or like are happy to meet us when they run into us and shit. And I'm just like, that's crazy. I mean, I love it. I love you guys. I love everything. I love meeting the people, and I love that people want to hear what we say. But to me, it just always blows my mind that, like, really?
Best thing ever. I'm walking through the upper concourse at Dick's with Matt Bush. 2 different people recognize me. No one says a word. Like, I love hanging out with you. He's like, this is so great.
It's so funny though. I mean, I love it. It's just, you know, it's when we started it, we were never going to be on camera, you know, like the whole thing was to do like
it was data dives and the 1-minute fish stories.
It was all just soon produced things that we did. Yeah. And it was just going to be us like producing fun things about PHiSH and JAMBAND and stuff. And then because of obviously COVID and stuff, everything changed. But yeah, this was never the plan. So even
the original mission statement was fishy stuff by fishy people or something. I forget what it was, but
that's a fucking rip off of for fans by fans.
basically, yes. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I totally get that. And that's what's fun though. I think that's when you're passionate about it, it comes out, right? Like it makes it easier than like, you know, so many people are miserable at their jobs and you go to work and you're like, and it kind of shows in work.
I don't want to start to hate this.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Than I already do.
My pro tip at your job, do the minimum. And they will only expect that of you.
I just got promoted.
Do not do anything extra because
third time in 5 years, I ain't doing the minimum, brother.
Dude, you're doing it all. Look at you. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations. But see, when you do start to feel a little bit of a burnout or that your passion is waning or not there, you kind of take a break like Tim is right now. Like you take a step back, reignite that passion, spend your time with your family, do other things, and then it comes back. Because we've all done it. We've all stepped away for a bit, and then you come back with a vengeance and force, and you're like, I got all this creativity I got to get out.
I take breaks on Jemp.
How does that work? How does that work? You want to go see a couple shows, couple weekends in a row?
I just don't do a show.
Repeats?
So we've done repeats, or like I think it was.
You're going to call me and let me fill in for you?
Absolutely not. We'll do repeats, or we'll play a PHiSH show from around that time period, or we'll just let like whatever's playing. Like so, Race already he has music scheduled in the block.
Worth, I hear.
Exactly, scheduled in the block of when I go on, just in case something horrible goes wrong and I can't come on the air. If we still have music playing, so.
Well, that's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, what if you're the South by Southwest Music Festival and you no longer really have music playing?
No mo. Bring me up to speed on that. What's going on?
They are undergoing a major transformation in 2026, and they're cutting their schedule from 9 to 7 days. They're getting rid of the huge venue that they used to play because I guess it's being torn down to build something else. And they're going to focus more on film, which used to be the stepchild, the forgotten thing.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot of, I guess, club dates, but there's not going to be really any unifying thing to it. And people are saying it's basically the end of it.
Yeah, it's the end of the Music Fest proper. It's
proper, yes.
That's sad.
Fucking COVID, man.
Yeah.
Well, but I don't even know how much COVID as it is. I
blame Biden.
Yeah. Fucking 9/11.
Everything costs twice as much as it did 5 years ago. So if you're a touring band and you were clearing $1,000 a week to split between you and the 3 other people in the band, all of a sudden you're clearing $100 a week.
Yeah.
You know, gas, staying at a hotel, buying a sub. I mean, Subway, the $5 footlong is now $8.50.
So
hell
let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, T. Just you and me here. Has this become just like old man bitching?
See his shirt? Old guys rule. Should say old guys bitch.
Bitching before you were born.
Yep.
Exactly.
Even old back then still. Yeah.
I hate
I mean,
that.
it does suck though that it's changed so much that they've kind of like that it became so brand heavy too and activation heavy, and you know, it's like taking those small little things, kind of like what Sundance used to be too. And Sundance was a small, tiny independent film haven, and like go try and sell your film to becoming this like giant, exactly what it was against, exactly what it was created to not be. It becomes, it's like, it's the old Batman, it's the Dark Knight, right? Like you live long enough to become the villain, like you outstay the goodness, which sucks. But you know, you also, it's like Kevin and I talk about with bands though, it's like selling out, right? Like, I mean, there is no selling out anymore because you got to make a living. Like, are you doing this to make money, or are you doing this to be poor all your life? Like, fuck no, you want to make money, so you gotta, you know, you gotta take the hand and do it. So it sucks, but
take that hand.
Take that hand
to the promised land.
That's it.
Well, whatever. Rest in peace, South by Southwest. And,
I mean,
fun while it lasted.
You know, it seems very cyclical.
At least we still have Coachella, right?
Right.
It feels
which again, same thing, right? Like, I mean, turned into this fucking 2 weekends and just this. I mean, it's still fun if you like music. I mean, I'm not gonna say like I'd still go and enjoy the music because it's. I mean, you know, you got like Dark Side's playing this year. That's fucking sweet. Dave's playing there, so it's fantastic. So, but yes, to the same point, it became it's giant. You know,
but it's very cyclical. You had the whole thing, the rise from Woodstock through Altamont, you know, and then it went back up, and then you had the whole thing with the Who, with the people who got trampled to death, and all of a sudden we didn't want general admission, we didn't want huge things. Then the US Festival came, and you know, we go through these ups and downs.
US Festival, up with people.
Remember the US Festival in '83? Van Halen, Judas Priest. I mean, come on, that was huge.
You know what's funny, Kev, is the one festival, and I said this a while ago, it's like in college football, it's like the Rose Bowl, it's the granddaddy of all the festivals, but Jazz Fest has never succumbed or changed or managed to,
because it's the Jazz Fest.
It was $25. It was $25 in '96 for me to see all day. Now it's $250.
Right, but that's with everything. Inflation sucks. Like it's gone up. But the festival itself and New Orleans itself, granted Katrina happened and like
doesn't change. No, it's very.
But it is still what it is, and it's always been that way.
Geographically, it may not be the same that it was.
Right. Which wasn't its own. You know, that was act of God nature shit. But like, still, it hasn't become something that you're like, fuck, remember when Jazz Fest was cool? Like it's still fucking cool.
Still cool.
So, yeah.
I don't think Trey would still play there, you know, sometimes if it wasn't still cool.
I want to take my kids.
Well, then it won't be cool anymore. That'll be it.
My youngest is going to be 19 soon. My oldest is 21.
Oh yeah, man.
So basically,
wait till the other one's over 21. Get out there and have a great old time.
Yeah, I mean, take them to New Orleans anyway, because it was like G West, Ghost West here saying go West 30. That it's New Orleans. Like you can't have a bad time in New Orleans no matter what. So
I want my ashes dumped in the Mississippi. I said, you dump my ashes and you go to Tipitina's and you have a beer, see whatever band's playing that
baby.
night, because they aren't going to steer you wrong. It's
you stop at Lafitte's first, Kev. Oldest bar in America, the Pirate House.
Browns.
And then you walk down to Chips for late night.
Well, so Kevin, let me ask you, like, are your wishes documented?
I think my kids would do whatever I say. I don't think.
Okay, and it's been the same been the same
Oh,
wishes.
I've told them this since they were little.
Okay.
I think
When
what
they
it is,
crank
Kev,
them
is
out.
we'll do a second line to the Mississippi and dump your ashes there,
Yeah.
and then second line it to
Back, right? You
Texas.
do the dirge to the river, and you do
Yeah.
the party to the back.
Okay.
And yeah, go to Cooter Brown's. Even I loved Cooter Brown's. They used to have a sub called the Radiator
Ooh.
that was fried shrimp and fried oysters.
Oh man,
What
New
a
Orleans fried
boy.
oysters. Oh, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Oh man,
You can't go wrong.
Ugh.
You just can't go wrong.
So you want us to sprinkle you throughout the country?
I want to be in the Mississippi. I want to get muddy and
Okay.
just become, as quick as I can, become part of the nitrogen cycle.
Okay. The
That's what I'm going for.
nitrogen cycle like per count.
So
nitrogen mafia.
We were
Nitrogen mafia.
Yeah, there you go. The nitrogen mafia.
We need to make shirts of that. The nitrogen mafia.
We were talking on Blue Sky, and I was like, "Let's talk about Trey." And you said, "I got to dive in a little."
Yeah, I
You
was
get a
behind.
chance to
I
dive in?
did. Fuck. So Trey Acoustic is obviously just wonderful, and you know, yeah, Trey Acoustic, wonderful. But I got to tell you, what is it, Jeff up there?
Ansky.
Yeah, that's good shit. Brings this just entirely new element, I think, to those shows. I wish he was up there for all the songs. Again,
The duo. Where's my duo tour?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
There's-
almost like Dave and Tim, right? Like it's kind of, it has that feel, like that same kind of like it's fun alone, but like together there's like this like
And they
magic
pick
that like
hard songs,
adds,
Petrichor.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's broadened the songs that he's playing up that Trey is playing, because he's got that piano accompaniment now, and
Split Open.
Yeah.
Split Open was fantastic. I
Yeah.
mean, come on. That's a song that almost demands to be electric with four people just falling apart.
That's a
the
song that
same
does not
moment.
do well on radio, by the way. Split Open and Melt
What?
live.
Split
Yeah.
Open and Melt does not
No.
do well.
Tanks just about every time because it's always it's so fucking chaotic.
You ought to play on the Coventry version where they do a second
We do.
Split Open jam.
We
15 minutes into it.
We play that one. That one does just fine. Everybody loves that one.
Andy, what is the most like? Do you watch so you can watch the numbers fluctuate as songs coming on? What's like the least favorite song? What's the least favorite PHiSH song?
That's a toughie. That is a toughie. I would have. I
What's a big dropper? What's a big dropper?
Melt's a big dropper.
Melt.
Yeah, that's what he just was
because
saying.
it gets chaotic and I don't know if people just drop during that. Let's see what else is a big dropper. Drift while you're sleeping. Then, yeah, of course.
Oh, Drift. Yeah, well, that song really is tough.
My people, I appreciate that. I was hoping you were going to say that secretly, but that makes me happy. Okay, that's cool. Okay, let's flip it. Go the other way. What brings them in? Like, what do you see like go up?
Definitely Tweezer will bring people in. What's funny though is Tweezer's interesting. It's got to be the right tweezer. And
okay,
I
was gonna say yeah. Okay,
we can't play too many tweezers. You
right.
It's too much. But Tweezer brings them in, and and they'll see these posts on Blue Sky or something. What we think is happening. People are always tuning in. It's not the same people that we see live. It's constantly changing. The number may be static for an hour or 2 hours. It may be you've got such and such amount of listeners, but it's not the same people. There's people dropping and rejoining or whatever all the time. So then you look at the unique listener count, and during like Tweezer and stuff like that, people are usually sticking around longer. And then I'll play something by Captain Beefheart and they're out. So.
Does it tell you the IP address?
No, we're not that creepy.
So I could lie to you and say I listen all the time and you wouldn't know.
I mean, I don't even go like I don't go looking. I don't care. So but why you gotta be creepy about it?
Yeah, right. What are you doing with people's information, Andy?
Nothing. I promise you, nothing. And that's another thing. It's not even the exact like location. It's the wherever your cell is pinging off of or your ISP is whatever. So it's not exact. We can just see, there's such and such amount of people listening in this state or this country.
Insert VPN ad.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what it is. What countries? What other countries?
We're big in Europe, and obviously Canada. We have listeners in India.
Well, Canada's just Lope and Ryan Storm, right? With like listening wherever.
Well,
they
and
are.
then our guys on the East Coast, Ari and stuff on the East.
That's cool. So Europe, huh? Wow, that's
Yeah, man.
interesting. That's cool. Nice.
Worldwide.
Worldwide. That's it. Very nice.
So, do you know enough to call something out that you'd like to see the two of them try?
What? Oh, Trey and Jeff?
I don't think I saw a Bowie on that list.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would like to see Trey break his fingers to try to nail the end of Bowie on an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
That would be hot.
That would be fun.
Oblivion? Is it an Oblivion?
Oblivion?
Yeah.
The two of them? That would be. What about
Could you do Oblivion? Acoustic Oblivion? Could you?
I think he's done it solo, just him.
Right.
So what's the Dio song on Monsters?
Whatever
That
happened to
might be
Monsters?
fun.
Did we get Monsters in the most recent shows?
I don't think we got it the most recent, but it's been
No.
within the last 60, 90 days.
Yeah.
There's been one since at least Albany, I would guess.
You know, another one that the Well hasn't played that often. I played that
No.
up in my most recent show, and I was like, "Damn,
kinda
whatever
weak.
happened to the Well? It's weak."
It's kind of weak. It's kind of
Yeah.
weak.
I guess it's only had that one jam. The over
Right,
20 minute one.
exactly. It
Yeah.
had a shining moment, and obviously Trey didn't connect with it, or we would have saw it again.
Fishman.
Well, that's just it. All those evil songs like Egg in a Hole and The Well, and like a lot of those evil versions, even Carini, you can see has gotten a blissfully better jam in it these days. It's almost like Melt is sort of the one that goes crazy and gets off, into those dark areas.
Chalk Dust
can.
verges.
But I don't think any of those darker, like The Well and Egg in a Hole, have come back in a while. Like it's been a bit since we've had that, because we had a little bit of a run with those dark fish.
No, you know what it is.
The price of eggs. I mean, come on.
It's the price of eggs. It's because we make it clear that we like these songs, so that's it.
They don't play them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So then Trey's like, it'll fit right here instead of Egg in a Hole. Life Beyond a Dream.
Right,
I was like,
is that why Phil waited until today in '95 to bust out Unbroken Chain?
Yeah,
He's like,
right.
I know everyone wants to hear this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait until we got 6 months, and
that's just it. He's like, look what's in my back pocket. Yoink! We can still do this.
He could have left Heidi Cucamonga in his back pocket, and at least on the chain in this. Can you imagine a '77 Scarlet Fire chain? Terrible.
No, I know. Yeah. Even a 76, as we know what 76 with the slow impatienceness, that's when you could have broke it out and like really it would have fit in there and then taken it into that next level in 77. Yes.
I'd like to point out, by the way, a comment by Forbin777.
Yes, I love that guy.
If you could put that on the screen for us here. It says
Dark Evolve.
Yeah, Dark Evolve. That would be fucking sweet.
Yes.
All right.
That would be fun.
Let me get myself in trouble.
All right, here we go.
Evolve is a little too Catholic.
Oh no, I agree, but that's why we need a Dark Evolve.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the lyrics, and I don't believe the lyrics. I hear that. I was in Nashville when they busted it out, and I was having a moment because the night before I had a moment, and I was not impressed, and I still am not. Yeah. I don't believe it.
If you had to pick one.
You don't believe in evolution?
Yeah.
Damn you, flat earther.
If you had to pick one between Evolve and Sigma Oasis.
Evolve.
If one had to survive, which one would you pick, Kevin?
I would pick Evolve. Sigma Oasis because I love the idea of masks. I think that's a great metaphor.
I can't. Yeah, I don't know. I liked Sigma for a while, but the lyrics bother me. I don't know. And I'm complaining about lyrics and talking about Evolve, but like I like Evolve. Evolve makes me like feel something.
Down below.
Comment here. Monda Green.
All over.
Mondegreen
over.
team was a battle of good versus evil fish. That's a great, Mike represented Dark Side.
No, Sigma is great with I tell you what, when Sigma Oasis came out and they first
Dude,
played
we were desperate for anything when Sigma Oasis came out.
What was
So
that
true.
19 that the song that they first played it for the New Year's run?
Is that what it was?
Was it? I thought the first live one wasn't until
Or was that evening song?
Yeah, no fucking idea.
I don't know. Anyway, when that song
First, you're right. Yeah, the first Sigma Oasis was 12/8/19.
Yeah. So when they first did it and I listened to it, I thought of there's this band out of Baltimore called the Oranges Band. And they have a song called When Your Mask Is Your Revealing Feature.
Mm-hmm.
And I immediately connected the two of them together about the remove your mask. And
I thought it had to do with COVID.
And yes, it did not. Well, if it, let me ask you this: if that had something to do with COVID, is that an RFK message?
No, dude, that North Charleston show, that's the shit show. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the set list, but I'm like, that's the total shit show. That's the crazy one.
No, that's not the shit show. So that one still got a 3.0 rating. The shit show is the one that I saw in 19 in fucking Toronto. That was the shit show, but that had the debut of Ruby Waves.
Yeah.
Well, let me throw this at you, Andy.
Okay.
See if I can catch it. The movie Between Me and Your Mind came out on a Friday, right? And right before that, PHiSH played the infamous Ruby Waves in Alpine.
At Alpine, yeah,
right?
Yeah.
In the movie Between Me and Your Mind, Trey says when they're fucking around with Ruby Waves, this song isn't going anywhere. Do you think that was like the ultimate troll that they played the 38-minute version before the movie came out?
You know, so now that I'm thinking about it, and just the weird shit that Trey will do, I think you're right. I think we got that massive Ruby Waves because of that line, and he knew it was going to be in there, and he's like, "Yeah, I think you're." I can't believe I'm saying it. I can't believe the words are coming out of my mouth. But Kevin, I think you're right.
You're buying in a conspiracy, and you're taking it, and
you're going to own it because we're live.
Own it. But to that point, and you do bring up a good point, because Trey does do some things that you just often wonder, like.
Remember when we all thought for 5 months that he was stuck up on the platform that on purpose? You know, you have no idea.
Right.
I tell you what, Llama wrote a great thing about that. We're going to have to dig that up, T. Maybe can we do this? Let me ask you this.
Oh,
we're live. Who cares?
Here we go.
Yeah, can we animate stuff? Like if we take part of an interview, can we just animate the part of the interview of someone telling a story?
I would love to see Ghost Llama animated.
Yeah, I mean, haven't you seen what was it, our LST or whatever it was, like our lion, like haven't you, like, we've done animation, of course we can. I mean, and that was years ago. Think of how far we've evolved since then. We have AI animation now. We can do anything.
Your set list graphics have never looked better.
I mean, look at those, right? I mean, dude. Woo!
Why we were late.
Well, I tell you, you know what made me think of it? We recently did that thing with God Street Wine about mantle oaking and the song Weird Dream that they had dropped at that moment. And Lou went into this whole story about being 17 in his first car, just getting his license, driving into New York for a secret Talking Head show that didn't exist, and getting pulled over by the cops. And I would love to take that minute and a half, 2 minutes of him telling that story and make an animation of just two guys driving in the car, you know, kind of thing like that.
Never been done before.
Do it. We can do it.
It's been done before, but I mean, it would be
never been done by.
Remember the rough versions of Brad and Chad that we did, the animations?
Oh my god!
Like, I think we even have them in a car. We could probably just put it to that. Like,
remember Chad?
Remember Chad?
We were going to do a show called Brad and Chad that was about two stoner dudes. I mean, you know.
Remember the female burner accounts? What was yours, Kev?
Topaz. I typed in hippie chick in Google, took the first picture that came up, used it as the profile, and I was getting dick pics within 24 hours. I feel bad for the women out there.
Topaz was more popular than the Great Went within like 5 minutes. Like her account blew up so fast, and then we were like,
And
"Oh
I
shit, we
would
probably shouldn't
tag
be doing
like
this."
famous musicians, and they'd like it and retweet it because it was this hot
We're like, we're gonna
shit.
get busted for catfishing, so we had to like dump that shit. But that was so funny.
God, we were crazy. All right, let's do this. Do you know anything about this?
I know that it's another 94 show. Is a little like
Second one in a row.
Yeah, and that there's what is it, the antelope or whatever? Like we got that on a live bait.
Yeah, the will turn, right?
The
So
will
you
turn,
don't
man.
think
Like,
Russ
I
is
mean,
working?
It's a great show.
It's a great show.
We're gonna play it Friday afternoon as part of Full Show Friday here on Jemp Radio.
Sweet.
But you know, yeah, it was just like, come on, another 94. You know, there's plenty of other
If you
years.
had to let us know, we would have had music prepared for you. Full
What-
Show Friday. Dun, dun.
Oh, I see. Well, no, I've got a.
Full shows every Friday at 9 a.m., 3 p.m.
I don't know if you
and
can hear it.
9 p.m.
I
Eastern.
can.
Let's get this show on the road. It's Full Show Friday on Jemp Radio.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
That is
I like
sexy.
that.
Who is that?
That is Ranger Bob. He is an actual 100% real, legit voice actor that Race has known for many years. Dude has no idea what he's talking about when we send him the copy to make the stuff. He has absolutely no idea, but he's saying shit like,
If you're not a fan of fish, you're in the wrong place. Sometimes you gotta jaboo.
sometimes you gotta jaboo. This guy has no fucking idea what he's talking about.
He's like, how do I pronounce that? Just want to make sure I'm doing it correctly.
Yeah, right. Jaboo.
Job.
That's Ranger Bob.
That's awesome.
Great guy. Anyway, so yeah, 94, it's a great show and it'll be great. But, if it was up to me, I would dig into 99 or 2000 a little bit more, I think.
Really? Have they ever done Merriweather 2000?
We've gotten the big stuff from that on 2 live baits, I think, if I remember correctly.
Okay, because that is probably the best show of that whole year.
917, 2000. Yeah, I don't think the full show isn't out, but that whole theme, dog log, all that jazz. Yeah.
What if you had to drop a 3.0 show?
917, 2000. Is it out? What if I had to what?
Drop a 3.0 show.
Well, they're already all out there, aren't they?
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah. But if I were to do a live fish release of a 3.0 show, okay, I see what you're saying. All right, that's a good question. Honestly, I think Dick's 12 would be a good candidate. 83112 would be a good one. Or definitely something from the Baker's Dozen. Maybe that Chula show from what was that?
21? Yes.
Yeah.
That would be the one.
Hell, we were just talking about it. The Alpine 19 show. Maybe put that
How far do we go back?
To
Is a
3.0?
90 show worth releasing?
Yeah. I don't think I guess it'd have to be like, you're talking like what, at 91 or 92?
I'm talking in 1990 and 1989 before people would say they were really a jam band.
Absolutely. I think there should be more of those released, but I understand that there's probably not. They don't have a lot of them.
There's the 8x10. The first 2 shows I saw, there are soundboard recordings that are beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah.
Because the guy who ran the soundboard recorded everything.
That's another thing about Jemp is we get a lot of like, well, you should play more stuff that isn't officially released. So then when we do, it's like, oh, this sounds like shit. What do you want?
The slow rift, the original rift I was at the 8x10 in 90.
About that.
And there's a fantastic sounding soundboard of it up on Relisten.
You're absolutely right. Shit, I might play that Saturday. Yeah.
Well, you want to hear the sad part?
Yeah.
The song before, I think, was Satin Doll, or maybe it was the song after, but we decided to go out in the alley next to the venue to smoke a joint.
Yeah.
So I missed.
You missed Slow Rip?
Rift. That's the way shit was back then, man. That's the way it happened.
It's all right. I missed the second night of Billy Strings in Grand Rapids just because I had COVID. Does that make me less of a fan?
No, it does not.
Okay,
It
good.
does not.
Very good.
Have you ever been to the Wiltern Tea?
Oh yeah, many a times.
What kind of vibe is it?
It's great. It's like an old Hollywood venue type place. It's right off of Wilshire. Right. It's fantastic. It's like the next step up from playing like the Troubadour and like the El Rey, the
But
smaller
it's not the
venues.
Warfield.
No, it's big though. I mean, it's basically where Widespread plays now. Like every time they come out
Okay.
here, it's like where Widespread plays. So, and actually, I've seen Widespread there a lot of times, and it's a great. I've seen a lot of bands at that place. It's a great venue though. It's got a balcony. It's got a small pit area in the front. Actually, Kev, I saw the Cult play there not too like when they did like a little reunion run. It was fucking fantastic. Like we got down the pit right in front of Ian. Like it was amazing. But that show 94 was before I moved back out here, so I wasn't here yet. But what a show. Like I can't even imagine seeing PHiSH at that place, especially like 94 like raw 1.0 PHiSH in that venue. Like that's how you like that's where you want to be and see them. So fucking awesome. And they played San Diego the night before, I think, and they played Santa Barbara the night after, and then go up to Eugene. I mean, it was like that full
They
West
were
Coast run.
hardcore.
Yeah,
They
it
were
was like a
hardcore.
proper West Coast run of shows and shit. So,
I'd like to point out another comment, if I may, another
Yep.
YouTube live comment. This is a great one. Shermith 725.99 desperately needs a live PHiSH release. You absolutely 1000% 725.99 at Deer Creek opens with meat. And then my friend into My Left Toe, into Whipping Post, into Makasupa Policeman. I mean, what a fucking awesome show. That Birds of a Feather in the second set.
I bet you if you have 3 people in a room, one of them was there.
Yeah, probably. Wish I had been.
Yeah.
That's the only time I ever caught the Left Toe song.
The
I
key
tried to make a
words.
joke about it the other day, and I said my left foot, and I totally blew the joke. I totally blew it.
The Daniel Day-Lewis movie when you meant the PHiSH song or the Thugger cover of the PHiSH song. It's great.
Here's a little trivia for you, Kevin, from 725.99. Okay, during Makasupa Policeman, what were the keywords?
Oh, dude, come on. It's not really fair.
Goo
I
balls.
have no idea.
Goo balls, brownies, stink,
Goo balls,
kind nugs, and Keith.
Oh, I tell you where goo balls. You know what that makes me think of is the Great Went, the Makasupa at the Great Went.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
just goo balls is all he dropped.
Yes, sir.
Goo balls.
Goo balls.
Goo balls.
Now, I tell you what, would you eat a goo ball today?
No. Not one given to me. No.
You wouldn't?
No, sir.
Dirty hippie hand?
No.
I think Mike Gordon did. Didn't we hear a story about Mike Gordon eating a goo ball tea from Tom Marshall?
Yeah. Was it Mike? Yeah. I believe so.
Dirty hippie hand. Here's a goo ball.
But that's Mike accepting one from Tom Marshall. I mean, you know, come on.
No, it wasn't Tom Marshall's hand. I think it was some dirty hippie.
I see. Okay. Well, all right. Well, Mike's a better man than me, I guess. But if you gave me a goo ball, Kevin, hell no.
It would have to be wrapped in wax paper with a red bell.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. I want you to present it to me. Yeah, exactly.
In my dirty wook hand.
Exactly.
We have wax paper separating.
Yeah. Why don't you wear a little dress while you're at it too? You know.
Right.
All right. Now let's move on.
Now, like I was saying, all right. So let's do the jam band roundup.
Jam band roundup.
There were a bunch of announcements today. One of them being the Blues and Brews in Telluride with the Black Crows headlining. Some interesting names down ballad: Anders Osborne, Maggie Rose, Samantha Fox, Thundercat. I think that this is the direction things need to go. You need to have the big name, the Black Crows, that isn't that big of a name because it isn't going to drain you financially, but it's going to bring in people who want to hear Hard to Handle. And what's that album, America or whatever they had? I never listened
really
to
titled
them.
album, America.
Amorica.
America, that's it.
Yeah, there's or like Southern Harmony Musical Companion, which is their fucking best album.
Is that the big one? Is that all right?
Yeah, I mean, you could listen to that front to back. But I mean, all their shit is good. Like, I love them. And they're fantastic. They put on a great show. They're, as long as the brothers are getting along, or even when they're not, they're even more talented, I feel like, when they're not. But like, even when they're getting along, they fucking, it's great. Like, they're so much fun. So yeah, I think that's, and they've been, I mean, this tour's been big. They've been touring for over a year now. Like, it's impressive. So yeah, go see them if you can. But that's a cool, I mean, yes and no. I think you need that variety too, Kev. Like, I think it matters in
Says the PHiSH fan.
right, but I think you want that variety, right? Like, I mean, that's why I go to festivals. Like, you want to see bands that you're not familiar with or have heard occasionally or not at all, and you want to see what they're like live. I mean, that's always what's fun, or discovering new music at those things, and then, of course, seeing like your big band. But yeah, I mean, I think, I don't know. It's just like that the festival that PHiSH is playing this year. I think that's super cool. I think that's super fun because it's like,
whoever runs that has unlimited money. If you look at that damn lineup,
I mean, it's such a cool thing, though. I mean, so many people, I think, will get exposed to PHiSH and festival PHiSH, which is give or take with that, you know, whatever. But it's still fun. I think it's a cool thing to be like, oh shit, they're playing here. Cool, let's check that out. You know, and for PHiSH fans too to go and check out other things. Like when PHiSH fans saw Nathaniel Radcliffe play and like lost their minds at that thing. We're like, who is this guy? Oh my god! And you're like, yes. I mean, there's other bands out there.
He's like what you did if you had a American version of a Van Morrison intellect trying to come into popular music with the soul influence and the I you know what, I have this very complicated relationship. Can we talk about this? I have this very
let it out, Kev. Get on the couch
with Van Morrison, right? Because I love so much of what he did, and a lot of what I believe might have been formed by a lot of his 80s stuff when he was doing like Tore Down a la Rambo and Sense of Wonder and all that kind of stuff. And he came out to be a total tool. And I'm just like, how can I abandon this huge part of my life?
Yeah. It's hard. You can't. Like, it's very hard to separate the music from the man. Like, you want to, right?
Exactly.
Because I mean, it's great music. I mean, it's hard to, especially those times in your life when you didn't, know. So it's hard for sure. So I don't know how you reconcile with that other than like
you quietly listen to there you go. Oh, that guy, right? Yeah, and I mean, there's so many sins against a lot of jam bands. You know, you're basically like, screw every artist because everybody's human. And we've all done really dumb stuff. It's just how egregious is your humanness, maybe.
That's something I think about every day on a daily basis, multiple times a day. Is how egregious is my humanness right now?
I hate when that happens. All right, so let's
Can I say, by the way, before we go on to the next segment, are we moving on to the next one? Is that what you're going to do?
No,
we're not. Okay. I will withhold.
Wonderland.
Okay.
What do you know about Winter Wonderland? Dogs in a Pile just announced a show there with some other cool bands. Last year, apparently, they did some shows there, and now one of the owners is suing his cousin, the other owner.
That's right. That's what
money, and apparently, a lot of people who worked there ended up working for free, not intentionally, but they ended up working for free. Have you heard anything about any of this?
No, of course not. Wonderland Forest, a popular concert can't be any that opened. And then I got to pay to read the rest of the article. Why would you send this to me?
Read the headline. We're rolling with the headline.
We're rolling with the headline.
Look at the headline and make our own.
Pull your opinion off of the headline and go from there.
Owner of popular and controversial CNY concert venue sues business partner who's his cousin.
And dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
So I used to cut judge shows, like those judge like Judge Hatchet, and like I can't even tell like the formula for Sony, and like it was
That's awesome.
literally all of the fucking every week was like the DNA tests or like
You enjoy my couch.
all of that
This
shit.
week.
Oh god, totally. Like yes, so funny.
This week on What Court? You enjoy my couch.
Wait a
What
minute.
court?
What court? Yeah, is that a thing? Have you guys done that yet? Do we
We
need
have.
We tried. I tried. I tried to do animated things with the jaw detached talking. And they were like, "What are you
Like
doing?"
Canadians?
dude? I was like,
on South Park?
Yep. Yep.
What court?
What court?
"Hey, when that
What
happens." All
pawns
right.
or pawn wooks or whatever.
All right. One other thing that I found.
You could do like a sister wives thing. Wook wives. You know,
Wives?
yeah.
Oh no.
No. Okay.
Lot wives.
Yes.
What was that thing called? It was called.
I think that would be awesome.
That
Just
would
like
be
the
fucking
farm
hysterical.
on the lot with fucking. Oh, it'd be so amazing. Like that would be
Let
so
me
amazing.
throw this out to you, T. Since you're a Denver boy, the new venue that they're trying to build, 14,500 seats for the
Oh,
soccer
that stadium.
Oh, the
Yeah,
lady
which
soccer. Yeah.
disappear.
I mean, if the ladies' soccer stadium is better than Dick's, the men are going to be pissed, I think, too. So, like, I would assume they'd
Looks
move
so
in
good
there.
with the enclosed 3/4
Yeah,
up.
that looks sweet. I would assume, like they do out here. I think the LAFC women play at the LAFC stadium. So I'm assuming the men with Rapids move there. I don't know. What would they do with Dick's? I think they're remodeling Dick's. That was one of the reasons why
Oh, okay.
they weren't doing
Yeah,
it
they
this
weren't
year
playing
too.
this
It's like
year,
they're remodeling some shit or redoing some shit in there too. So so I don't know. That is interesting. And there's also, I think we talked about it before, but there's a venue in Colorado Springs that's opening up that's like really swanky and like nice and like the crazy like
No one's paying. It's done.
crazy venue. There's already somebody playing. Oh, I think 311's playing there. I think that the 311 tour that they just announced, I think they're playing at because they're playing in Colorado Springs. I think they're playing that venue.
311 are at that point of like the yeahs, where it's just the one guy who's doing what the rest of the band used to do, and before you know it, they're going to be Vegas. But they aren't going to be Sphere Vegas. They're going to be Celine Dion Vegas.
Celine Dion Vegas.
Celine Dion.
She's never playing the Sphere. Even if she wants to do I Shook You All Night Long.
Would you go see Celine Dion at the Sphere?
No, I would go see Beyonce in a heartbeat.
Oh, all right.
Someone said, I'm paying for you to fly into Vegas. I would go back into that pit to see her play. Yes.
Okay. Kevin, he likes his Queen Bee.
He likes his B.
Yeah.
What about Harry
I
Styles?
don't even know any of her songs. I just think that would be a huge show.
Yeah, what
You
about
know
Harry
what I'm
Styles? I like
saying?
that. Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Would you see Harry
Is that
Styles?
one song, what? Put a string on it?
What?
Put a string on it? Isn't that the name of that song?
I don't know, dude. I'm not...
Kev.
All right. So Neil Young.
Wait a minute.
What?
So
Go
have
ahead.
you been doing the Neil Young? This has been going on for a while. The Neil Young.
It was a bad joke that just keeps getting worse.
It's been
It's been going on.
in existence
Andy,
for like a year.
it's been going on for a minute.
Yeah. Unintended. All right, please proceed.
All right, so this week there popped up a bunch of news articles about Neil Young
He's still making news articles. Neil Young.
embracing my man Robert Smith and no longer doing platinum tiered pricing. Which fantastic. I love you, Neil Young. Thank you for doing that. Except you can't charge $200 for a lawn seat. Because
I mean,
Robert Smith charged $30 for lawn seats and still had the most successful tour in 2023.
Yeah, lawn seats should not be over $100.
They should be over 50.
Well,
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I feel like lawn seats are $40, $45. Granted, living in El Paso, maybe 50, but like, I always picture the lawn at like $40. Like, here's my
but I also think it depends on the lawn. If it's a shitty lawn,
True.
But if it's a great lawn, I'd
True.
pay. Yeah, I'd pay.
I mean, if it's like Kentucky bluegrass down there and you can like really get your feet into that grass, then yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, $50. But if it's like dirt and weeds and it hurts barefoot, no, man, you're getting $35.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Neil Young can do whatever the fuck he wants, and he's doing the right thing.
Now, have you heard about this band that he assembled, the Chrome Hearts?
No.
Andy?
No.
It's basically Lucas Nelson in the real minus Lucas Nelson.
Oh.
So basically he snipped Willie Nelson's kids band.
Chrome Hearts.
They're playing Ukraine apparently to open their tour in the middle of bombs going off or whatever happening over there.
Yeah,
doing a European tour, coming to the US, doing a bunch of shows. Last year, if you remember, Crazy Horse tour made it 9 shows in?
Yeah.
And totally failed. I guess what we can divine from that is it was somebody other than Neil. But do you feel like if you want to see a Neil Young show, this is your chance?
Yeah,
probably.
I mean, yeah, and maybe catch it early.
He's got to be 80. Buffalo Springfield had a hit in 66. I mean,
running out of time here.
Right, exactly. I would probably go to one of the first few shows, maybe not the Ukraine show, but after that.
And that was 60 years ago. So, I mean, come on. How many shows do you have?
We were just talking about Willie. Willie's still up there, you know.
I watched Willie the other night on Nugs, right? And he sat there for half of one song, played a solo. That's all he did. The next song he sang, Georgia on My Mind, they did some song called Bullshit, which was pretty fantastic. But it felt like Frankie Valli's situation where they were like, go on out there one more time, you know.
I saw,
but then let me finish and then go off. He did the song that the chorus was, it's autumn and I'm the last leaf on the tree and I refuse to let go, or something like that. And I was sitting here crying, like tears pouring out of my eyes listening to him sing this.
I saw Willie when he was playing with Bobby and all them. Not last year, I think it was the year before. And it's like, all right, I'm glad that I did. I saw Willie Nelson. I'm glad that I experienced it, but I mean, God, I wish I'd seen it fucking like 20 years ago.
Yeah, right.
The Willie Nelson thing's playing MPP this summer with Dylan and Sheryl Crow. I told my kid I was taking her. I was like, she wants to see Dylan. I was like, this is your big shot. You're seeing Willie and Dylan one time if they make it through to August.
That is going to be a lively concert right there. It's going to be, that place is going to be fucking bumping, man. Willie Nelson and Bob Dylan.
And Sheryl Crow.
And Sheryl Crow. Might as well pull out Dick Clark to have him introduce him. Yes,
right?
Yes, Evan. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you.
No, I'm interrupting you.
Yeah,
I will say that I have been working on. We did a 1 Minute Fishery a long time ago on.
Where is that, dude? I'm waiting. Come on.
You want to make the intro? Go ahead.
I'm biting at I'm chomping at
the lights.
Remember how we talked about earlier? I'm going to bring it back to this is a hobby, and like I don't have a lot of time.
Comment from Matthew Burrow up on the screen. That's funny. That's very funny. I'm giggling.
What?
The life support tour.
Yeah. Exactly. But anyway, we're repurposing a old 1 Minute Fishery that was on Farm Aid when PHiSH played Farm Aid and Neil came out and they did the Arc Jam and then played. It is fucking. I've seen it now. Like I've been going through all this footage and like finding
PHiSH. Willie played with PHiSH.
Willie came out and played with PHiSH. Yes, there's footage of that too. And they did Moonlight in Vermont or whatever. And it's good. I mean, that's when you wanted to see Willie. I mean, he looks great there too. Like, I mean, he still looks basically kind of how he does now, but he sounds great. Like he sounds like, Willie's got the voice, like, you're younger Willie.
Yeah.
But dude, the Neil Jam and PHiSH thing, that I go to YouTube and search it after you got, like, it is so fucking good. Like that jam fucking goes like, and Neil is just, I think like it's one of those moments where you see he's enjoying so much having somebody of his like equal in the brain of like where this thing can go and not be afraid of it type thing, you know. And
Somebody of his
we mentioned
caliber up there, yeah.
we mentioned in the OMP that there was talks about PHiSH becoming like Neil's band or like
what is
backing
that
band.
story, Andy? What's the story behind that?
What?
PHiSH becoming like Neil Young's backing band.
That is the first I've heard of that.
Yeah, there was
Neil
talks of
wanted.
it.
I think that's what Neil wanted, then that's what
Then that's what
PHiSH
PHiSH wanted.
Okay, so Neil. Okay,
Yeah,
that doesn't surprise me.
but it is like it's
He
fucking
ended up
crazy
with
watching
Pearl
those two
Jam.
guys go at it.
The thing is, he ended up with Pearl Jam, and they did that Mirror Ball album, which is fantastic. I mean, really, it's a merging of the grunge thing, which isn't that far removed from Crazy Horse, but
Right, from Neil,
nice
yeah.
merging of the two.
Which is crazy though that he has that sort of that level of the jam, but also the grunge, like the dirty jam, so to speak. You know, not so much the
Rage
evil
and
jam, but
Glory
dirty.
album, 89, the Rage and Glory album might be the best thing he ever did with Crazy Horse, and it was so late in the timeline. If you look over the whole thing from
I love the Neil Young minute. I'm glad that this is sustained for such an extended period of time here.
Right. And see, it'll keep going because like once we release the thing, we'll have something to talk about again and that. But in the meantime, like everybody should go watch that because I was blown away. Like watching it that much, I'd forgotten how good it actually was. And you're like, wow, man, like what a moment. And even it's funny because when you watch the YouTube, they cut to like the hosts. I think it's like Allison Stewart and somebody else, like old school VJ people, and they come on and she's like, wow, that was a jam. Like, like it's like one of those, it's like those people that like aren't used to like that, like coming out of it. And the dude's like, yeah, that was jam. And you're like,
that's how it's gonna be tonight, huh?
That was so funny. Yeah, it was really funny. You're like, oh, Unleash. Wow. Okay.
That's fantastic.
Great. It's good stuff.
All right.
Good stuff.
Like, subscribe, become a member. It's only $2.99 a month. We're gonna start doing some stuff. I threw an idea out the tee today to maybe try to do something.
Kevin starting an OnlyFans.
That's a little more interesting.
Just for feet.
Maybe something that'll give you the inside track when you're trying to stand around the water cooler and talk to your friends at work about jam bands. Maybe something like that.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon.
Thanks, everybody.
Andy, hey man, thanks for coming, Andy. It was great seeing you.
You're welcome.
It was awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Wait for your good part.
That was a great jam. You are very welcome. It was a fun night. Andy's always a great guest.
Make sure you click onto that Jemp radio. Leave it open all night.
End stream now.
Sit